Good morning. I am John Gabriel Dario from STEM 1. Today, I'm going to tell you my opinion about social media. But first, let's recall what is the meaning of social media. As per Merriam-Webster, social media are forms of electronic communication such as website for social networking and microblogging through which users create online communities to share information, ideas, personal messages, and other content such as videos. And by Wikipedia, social media are interactive, digitally mediated technologies that facilitates the creation or sharing or exchange of information, ideas, careers, interests, and other forms of expression via virtual communities networks. To sum it all, social media is a new way of communicating through digital technology. So now, how I use social media as a tool or a medium of communication. Here's how.
For the past years, social media have influenced our ways of communication. Social media became our needs alongside food, clothes, and shelter. Since the existence of technology, especially social media, the ways we communicate have been changed. Now that we are having online classes, social media have been a big help for me. I use it to communicate with my classmates regarding our assignments, projects, and activities. It helps me contact my families and friends abroad. My parents use it to remind us every day about some household chores, other payments, and or schedules that are important because they can tell us personally because they are at work or we are either at home or school. Lastly, personally, it made me easier to communicate with my friends. I don't need to go to their house just to invite them on some stuff. One shot and it's done. That's how social media helped me communicate.
So, we are now heading to the next question. How did social media affect or change the way we communicate to other people? Before I tell you my answer, I asked a friend to state his idea or opinion about the question. Here's what it is.
Good evening. So, for the question that I have chosen is how did social media affect or change the way we communicate to other people? So, for me, when it comes to this, I think various answers could be ventured. For me, it has its advantages and disadvantages. As social media is a communication tool, social media networks gives us the opportunity to share our ideas with a far wider audience. Uh, I think it's positive in a way that netizens' self-confidence is being built by this platform for particular political issues. But its downfall effect is when it's being abused and used for personal intentions. We somehow forget, respect, and speak without filtering our own words.
And now for me.
Social media changed the way we speak and convey. Some of it produce positive thoughts, but others are negative. The positive side of it is that we can communicate with a lot of people easily and as fast as possible. Not like before, we need to schedule a meeting or send letters to everybody. Now, one chat, post, or email can inform everybody. Also, messages are getting delivered within a split second. Important notifications, instructions are also conveyed to multiple people within an eye blink. We can inform a lot of people easily with the use of this. Now, for the negative side, people tend to just stay at home, communicate with the use of technology rather than talking personally to other people around them. Also, chances of good and meaningful conversations are decreasing. Yes, we know what they say or talk about, but we don't know how they are talking and what emotions or feelings occur when they are talking with you. In short, it's hard to find sincerity when talking using social media. Short copies of messages like BRB, TTYL, JGH, JWU, and etc. degrade the charm of original language while still failing to do justice to good grammar and punctuation. These interactions can lead to misleading that can cause misunderstandings between people. There are lots of ways that social media affects the quality and quantity of information, and sadly, most of them are influenced negatively. One of these social media apps that affects quality is Facebook. Facebook users always share posts about topics without confirmation that it is from a valid source. Because of that, other people who use Facebook tend to believe that the information they are reading is true. Therefore, people are being fooled by fake news. Also, clickbaits occur by using the catchy title or caption to attract people to watch it and might lead to misleading. The number of people is high in terms of using social media because anyone has the chance to stand and give ideas about certain issues or topic. It made users learn a lot of information because of hashtags on trend topics. That's why a lot of people using social media are slowly gaining confidence in proving themselves that they are worthy enough of hearing their thoughts. There are lots of impacts of media in terms of society and politics. In society, as I have told you in the past questions, can cause fake news sites. Social media made it very easy to spread information fast, whether it's true or not. Users don't care about where it come from as long as it's what they think true and persuasive. Sometimes it doesn't help our way of thinking. Sometimes it influences our perspective that creates doubt. It is not just fake news itself that can cause negativity. Impacts of this news can also bring harm to people. That's why cyberbullying has been an enemy to the people who are using online media. Next is politics. There are a lot of good effects of social media in politics. First, social media transformed politics in spreading the news. By that, people are always updated on what is going on about politics. Second, it allows people to see the projects and doings of a politician. Also, people have the opportunity to interact with their leaders through social media. Lastly, I think the most important part of this is social media can operate bias. A lot of people are using social media as their stage to speak their minds, and if someone out there expresses the same point of view, it probably shares your outlook.
Anything in today's culture revolves around persuading people to do something, getting people to speak up by including a clear message in your Facebook post, getting people to use your product, to use your service, or just letting people notice you. Communication is a very important step to get anything done. But the question is, how much crowd are we want to notice or entertain? Based on my experience in using social media for communication, it helps me communicate with other people easily. Not just that, it also helped me gain friends on Facebook. One chat and you can now interact with the other people regardless if you know the person or not. Also, it makes getting our needs easier. An example of this is Grab Food. You don't need to go outside to buy food. Just one click and food will come to you. Apps that can help you buy clothes or anything that you need such as Lazada and Shopee. When reading a book, instead of going to a library or a bookstore, some just download Wattpad and other apps that have books digitally. All the things that we need, we can easily get using social media. It is sad because it's slowly losing the old tradition of us in terms of communicating, like courting someone. That's why some of us are having a lot of trust issues because we don't know how sincere or honest the people we are interacting with. But don't get me wrong, social media made our life a lot easier. It's just that a lot of accustomed habits are gradually gone. I think the best way to use social media is to balance our time using it. I hope my reflection influenced you to think twice when using social media. I'm not forcing you to renounce it. I just want you guys to use it moderately. Because even if social media is scattered all around the world, there will always be still some people who don't have it. So just try to adapt things slowly as possible so that no other people will suddenly be left behind.